Hi, this video will demonstrate how to create and execute a query in MagickDraw using the inquiry plugin. Then using a validation rule, perform a quick fix. The first example will be a query which checks the names of all the owned diagrams and that they match the parent activity diagram. I've already created a set of example diagrams, one matching, one non-matching. My first step would be to load the actual inquiry profiles. You do that by using the menu bar and clicking Load Custom Validation and Query Evaluation Profile. Next, you create a query element, and it's called a query definition element. You can name it whatever you want. Now on the right-hand side, it will set the queries over here. If you have the inquiry editor running in the background, opening up this specification window will run the editor instead of opening up the specification. So now, click here, and click Open Specification. It loads the body of the query in here. Now I've already created the query ahead of time, but I'll go through it real quickly. So this upper part we'll be referencing later when we do the validation rule, but we'll focus on this for now. So the first step is that we give it the activity and diagram of everything in the whole model, and what we do is we call the function down here and we negate its results, because this function will actually find every owned diagram of an activity diagram and return that, but we want the ones that are not matching. So we go through, we assign the names of both the diagrams into their separate names, we get the owner of each diagram, and then we check against that, and then we negate those results. Now if we save this query, and then we run this query on the model, we'll see in this first part, which is the inner query, and it returns the diagrams of the same name, but we're interested in the ones that do not match. So here we can see that the wrong name example activity diagram exists. So the next thing we want to do is we want this query to execute at an interval time. So what we do first is we create a package. We create this package. I've already done so, and what you do is you apply a stereotype of an active validation suite. Within this, you create what's called an active validation rule by right-clicking the package. This will create an element, and it's a relationship inside. We can name it whatever we want. And then you assign a quick fix, or not quick fix, a query definition of the one that we just created. You can also give it severity and error message as well. So we can do error. Now, I set those severities, that information in there, but you can also set it inside this constraint. We give it a key of the diagram and name, then a severity of the message, and the message itself. Now, if we want this to be executed at a certain time interval, we can go to Options and go to Environment to set the time interval. I set it to 10 seconds. Next, we want it to actually activate, so we go to Activate Validation, we click on Systems, and then back to All. And now we can see that it automatically ran here in the background, and it showed up active validation results, and here we can see that our misnamed diagram shows up. So the next thing we want to show is how to create a quick fix, which will fix this whenever we want. It won't fix it automatically, but we can fix it whenever we get the error popping up in this results window. So you right-click the rule that you want the quick fix to be associated with, and you create an opaque behavior that's going to be associated. We'll give it a name. Close this. You'll see that there's an error going on. So what we do is we right-click it, click Validation, We want to associate its matching signature with the rule, so we synchronize them. What this does is it gives the parameter inputs to the opaque behavior. Now we want to actually create the functionality of the opaque behavior. I will be using Groovy, but you can use whatever language you want. I put an extra condition in there just in case anything happens. Click OK, and close it. Now what we can do, we'll close this window, and rerun, scroll down, right-click it, and you can do Fix. And what we'll notice is up here, it will change. And voila. And that's how you do a simple query with a rule and quick fix using inquiry. Thank you.